I'm in the Davidson Nature Preserve, which is attached to Lake Norman. They also call it Lake Davidson because it's this little part of Lake Norman where the motorboats can't really get to because I-77 cuts off that little part from the lake for the larger Lake Norman. So when you're leaving Charlotte and headed towards Davidson or Mooresville or Statesville up I-77, there's two bridges that go over Lake Norman on I-77, and every time I do this one spot, I've always eyeballed, there's a little island out there. I'm like, how do people get out there? I'd like to get out there. So I'll be right by the highway. You probably already hear it right now, so it'll be a little loud, but I don't know, it's just kind of fun to check out somewhere that, you know, you see all the time. Access is via walk. I think it's like 600 feet, 900 feet. I'm not really sure how far it is, but it's long enough that if you had to carry a heavy boat, you might want to have a little wheelie, a little roller. The nice thing about the Dama is it's inflatable, so it's, you know, a lot easier to carry. I was obviously wrong about the no motorboats. There are motorboats in this part of the lake, just less than there would be on Lake Norman proper, because it's kind of cut off from the main lake because of I-77. There's I-77. It's further away than I thought it would be. Actually, it's not so loud, and you can see the very nice island between here and I-77, which might be cool to check out. Time for a panorama. Whenever I go visit my parents in Statesville and go over the highway, this section of the highway here, I'm always jealous of those on the water. And now they get to be jealous of me. I might just sit here and frolic for a while, rub it in their 55-mile-per-hour faces. Ha ha! Coming up on the American flag. The east side of the island is much quieter. The east side of the island is much more quiet, and it's nice and chill. There's a little spot here where people have had some campfires, and I guess people come and hang out. It's nice. Good place to sit and read War and Peace. The Canadian geese have taken over this part of the island. You can hear the Canadian geese. They're kind of scattered throughout this island, which I think is kind of cool. Probably not great for recording. Every time I approach them, they seem to freak out a little bit. A lot of them are just like resting kind of inland. I don't know if they're looking after the babies or not. It is the start of summer, so I don't know what's going on there. Can you hear them? There's a whole posse of them coming down the hill. You could really spend all day here. There's, at least I count, 1, 2, 3, 4 various inlets, so popping in and out of those would be awesome. One of them's got a creek at the end of it, which I haven't figured out yet. But I could see spending a good full day here, or if you just had to get on the water for a couple hours, this would be a nice, convenient place to do it. This guy doesn't like me recording. Some Canadian geese are not a fan. I've got an injury today, so I am taking it a little bit easy. So I won't be doing the full exploration of all the inlets. I hope you're not disappointed. I put a new GoPro attachment on the back of my Dama board, so I'm gonna see how that looks. There's boat storage. You can see a lot of people do the crew here. I don't know who's that through. I'm sure the internet would tell you, but if you want to store your boat somewhere and be able to pop on and off and you live near Davidson, good place for it. There's some crew boats here. I did see some people doing crew. Normally you see paddleboarders and fishermen in kayaks, and this little area, probably because we're near Davidson College, has got the crew boaters. I'm not sure. The rowers, are they rowers? Whatever. I always wonder about that because they have to sit backwards, so they only see where they've been, not where they're going, which seems odd to me.